I came to Grand Lake in 1969 with my brother and got a job working on the dock at Beaumaris Marine. And I met this wonderful couple, my brother and I did, named Perry and Charlotte Harper. Perry owned Tulsa Mack truck sales. And you know that bulldog on the front of those Mack trucks? Yeah. Perry had a strong resemblance to that. And the biggest heart of anybody you've ever want to know. And they had two children, Rick and Terry. Terry was the most ravishingly beautiful little girl you could ever want to meet. Perry and Charlotte, they were so good, my brother and I. They were wonderful people. They would have us over on their houseboat for dinner. They were just great folks. Years went by and things went on and this, that, and the other, and one day this kid shows up. Says, I'm Adam Golo. I'm Terry Golo's son. No, who's Terry Golo? Where him was Terry Harper. Really? Well, let me tell you about Adam Golo. Adam Golo joined the Marines, served tour duty in Iraq as a U.S. Marine. Now, have you had enough after that? He's in the Marines, and he's up here and like, 4th of July and fireworks, and Adams is like talking to the Air National Guard, and he's up here helping them, and he's giving them coordinates on this flyby. He just can't get enough of it. Well, he comes back for a tour duty, and his tour in the U.S. Marine Corps, he joins the U.S. Air Force. Because he wants to be an F-16 pilot. He wants to do that. Not only does he want to, he does. He does become an F-16 pilot. And now, this year, he will be in the flyover of the Duck Creek fireworks. And now, Captain in the United States Air Force, Mr. Adam Golo. Today, there's many thrills in life. This is one of them.
Thank you. Well, I want to tell everybody thank you, first of all, for coming out here. And when Donna and I first met, it was in '07. And what had happened was, I don't know if you guys remember a Lance Corporal Shoemaker. He was a Tulsa police officer, also a Marine that got killed. And it just so happened that I was in the right place, wrong time type deal. And I knew the police department through Captain or Major Rod Hummel and Major Steele. They were coming up the lake, and they're good family friends. So they knew the air. I knew their the police side with the helicopters. And then met the Warbirds through Paul Mackey and through John Esposito and those guys. And Gerald Hale with the H-34 helicopters. And then just switching over from the Marine Corps, I had done a lot of the funerals, presenting flags, and doing the 21-gun salutes and things like that as a Marine. So the next part was when I switched over to the Air National Guard, I actually switched over as enlisted to kind of rush the unit. That's how it works in the Guard. They select who they want. It's not just like the Air Force where you fill out the boxes and then they send the top guys. You got to kind of pay your dues. So I knew those guys, and so what happened was everything came together, and we gave Shoemaker a Warbird flyover. The 2 helicopters from the Tulsa Police did their flyover, and then the 2 H-34 helicopters, which were really cool because they had Marines on the side.
Possible.
Man. And,
yeah.
What was really powerful about that was I was standing next to Paul Mackey, and Shoemaker's wife was just stoic. She didn't show emotion at all. But when When the planes flew over, she broke down and started crying. I knew a lot of guys that didn't come back from Iraq. I served 3 times over there. And what's amazing to me is hearing the stories about the people that have kept this show going and what it's really about. And just really, really thank you guys for donating. Because I grew up in California for the first 15 years of my life, and there was fireworks shows, you might see them maybe 5, 10 miles away. But it's not like this where you get right underneath and you see those chrysanthemums that are just, I mean, you can't even see the whole thing. It's awesome. The concussion on the water. And then in 07 when we started just incorporating all the flyovers and doing the sponsorships and things like that, and seeing the T6s, T28s, the Yaks, all that history, it truly is amazing. And a lot of people come up to me and they're like, oh man, the best part's when the F-16s fly over and things like that. And it is such a privilege now, because I can remember being 8, 9 years old, sitting on a 1976 Cobalt, that my mom and my uncle picked out, that we were still using, and sitting out there watching the Vipers fly over, going, man, I wish I could do that someday. So now I get to do it. And just to you guys a little heads up for what Colonel Mackey was talking about. If you ever want to know what position people are, just look at your right hand. The index finger is going to be number 2. Your middle finger, because it's pointing out all the way, is number 1, and 3 or 4 are on the other side. So whenever you're looking at it, it doesn't matter which position they're in, that 3 and 4 are always together, and 1 and 2 are always together. And it's amazing, because whether we're doing it or the steermen are doing it, we're always together. I just think that's awesome to see that passed on. So thank you very much for your guys' support, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Captain. Work hard. Maybe you'll make Colonel someday. We will have the greatest flyover ever and the greatest fireworks show ever this year. It's going to be good.